Why do we need Scrum? To understand that, first let's understand why do we build products. We build products to solve a problem in the world, generating value for the end users and thereby generating value for our business, which is nothing but return on investment. What does ROI depend on? ROI basically depends on two things. The top line called the revenue and the bottom line called as the profit. Both higher revenue and higher profit contribute to higher ROI. When do you have higher revenue? When people buy the products that we build. And when do people buy a product? When the product solves the problem. Based on what we know about the problem that we are trying to solve, there are multiple contexts that they can fall into. For example, for support projects like, let's say, Tata Sky, you know the problem very well and the solution also very well. One can create and set up standard operating procedures to respond to user problems. Given the clarity of both the problem and the solution, you may not need frequent feedback from the users. For complicated problems like a migration project from, let's say, a mainframe to OpenStack, you know the problem you are solving for users as your existing solution has been doing it for them for years. However, you may not know whether OpenStack technology has all the capabilities of a mainframe. So you may run into issues when you complete the whole project and then go to the customer towards the end. So it may be wise to test your solution at the customer side frequently. For something like building a set-top box that works in all types of weather conditions, you don't know the problems in the first place to think of the best possible solutions. You may have to first figure out what kind of weather conditions exist, talk to the users to understand what kind of problems they face, and then experiment with the possible solutions. In case of complex products, if you don't get frequent feedback from the customers about their problems and frequently test out your solution, you may end up building products that people don't use. Obviously, that means people are not buying your product. When people don't buy your product, the money you spent on building the product goes down the drain. And you may even lose out to your competitors. Sooner you achieve the problem-solution fit, better are the chances of selling more products and achieve higher revenue. So how does Scrum help? Scrum encourages product teams to work in time boxes. Pick up a problem and solve it in that time box so that you can decide whether to persevere with your solution or to pivot based on the feedback. Sprint review is meant to reduce the cost of delay for products in the complex domain by getting frequent feedback from your end users, buyers, sponsors, or whoever can provide feedback. On one hand, while you may have higher revenue, your ROI depends on profit too. When do you generate profit? When you are building and selling products at a sustainable pace. The system, like the way the teams are structured, the processes used, organizational policies, etc., within which the product development happens, has a huge impact on the rate at which you build a quality product. The more time you take to build features, the more money you incur building it. Scrum encourages the team to improve the efficiency of their development processes by improving the system every sprint. So sprint retrospective helps in reducing the cost of production, thus improving ROI. Hence, every sprint is an opportunity to understand if teams are solving the right end user problems and whether they would succeed as a business in complex product contexts. If you are working in products in obvious or complicated contexts, you still need to have agility, but Scrum may not be the right approach for the context. Scrum is most applicable in the complex domains.